What is up, everybody? VitalSyntax here, and this is going to be a video talking about my favorite setups for all four of the kits in Battlefield 3. So I'm going to go through the Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. Now, these are going to be my favorite setups, not necessarily the best possible setup. Now, when I'm playing a competitive match in Battlefield 3, you obviously need to take advantage of everything you can. So really, you have to use the best guns. You don't really have much leeway as far as what your primary is, and most people are going to stick to the assault kit with the M16A3 because it's slightly better than all the other assault rifles stat-wise. Hopefully that's going to be fixed with the upcoming patch because they're buffing a lot of the other guns. But I'm going to be talking about my favorite guns and my favorite setups, though. So this isn't necessarily the best ones. These are the ones that I like, the way they look, the way they sound, the way they feel, things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch over to the Customize tab here. I'm going to start with the Assault class. And my favorite assault rifle is the M416. Now, I like to run it without any optics, which might sound weird, but I really like the way the iron sights look. And I think it looks kind of funky when you put a scope on it. And I know it might sound silly to some people that don't or choose classes the same way I do, and maybe you just choose classes based on the stats, and that's fine. But for me, I don't like to do that. I don't want to just be limited to one gun, which is the best one. I want to use the guns that I think are cool or look cool or sound cool or things like that. So I like to use no optics on the M4. I like to use the foregrip, obviously. Foregrip versus bipod. I would never really use the bipod, and there's really no point in using the underslung rail because I'm not using a noob tube or anything. So usually use the foregrip there, and I like to use the laser sight. Suppressor is also a good choice, especially right now. The patch is going to come out pretty soon, and it's going to remove the recoil reduction. Right now it's sitting at minus 10% recoil, but it also does a little bit less damage at range. But I like to use the laser sight because most of my engagements are pretty long range because Battlefield 3 is big maps, unless I'm playing on like a really tight map. And just in case I do get in close quarters, the laser sight's always going to help out. So that's what I like for the primary. For my secondary, I almost always use the 44 Magnum. I mean, it's probably the most badass gun in the entire game. So I like to stick with that. Med kit, defibrillator, obviously, and I'm usually running squad ammo, just because I always am running short on ammo unless somebody else in my squad's running that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in here and show you guys what this setup looks like. I'm sure you guys have all seen this gun before. But I don't know if you guys have seen it with these attachments. Magnum. Okay. Let me go ahead and suicide here and switch to different kits. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your favorite kit setup, and I probably will try some of them out if I haven't already, and maybe make some videos showing off some of your guys' selections for kit setups. Alright, so let's move on to the engineer. My favorite engineer weapon is the G36C, and I also don't like this one with any optical attachments, and I don't like it with the foregrip either, and I run the suppressor. Now, the reason I don't like the foregrip, I know this is going to sound really silly, is when you're holding the gun, it looks a little awkward, so I just like to throw that off, and I don't care if I'm at a slight disadvantage. I'd rather have the gun look sexy as hell. So I know, once again, I know it's going to sound really weird to some people, but 44 Magnum, SMAW, this is kind of the same setup here. I'm probably actually going to run the squad explosive, because if I'm playing as engineer, mostly I'm trying to take out vehicles and whatnot, so having extra explosives is probably the best way to go. So I spawn in with this, and this gun just looks so cool. The iron sights are kind of hard to use, but I don't know why. If I ever throw an attached or a scope on here, it just ruins the look of the gun. Alright, so suicide again here. Let me know if you guys want to see a video of the best possible setups, at least right now. That's kind of going to change when the patch comes out. But the amount of time that I played, especially with competitive people, I've learned which guns are the best guns, and I've also looked at all the stats for all the weapons and compared them side by side. So if anybody doesn't know already, I could probably make a video showing off the absolute best setup for each kit. Obviously, it's going to kind of vary depending on the map, depending on your situation, but in general, I could probably do that. Alright, so for the support class, I like to run the M240B. Once again, no optical attachments, foregrip, and nothing on the barrel. And then same setup with the Magnum. Usually run C4. Claymores are just so annoying to me. And then for my specializations, I'll probably actually run Sprint because number one, I'm not going to need ammo because I have the ammo kit or the ammo box, so I'm never going to run out of ammo. I'm never going to run out of C4, so I don't need the explosive upgrade. And I'm never going to run out of grenades, so I don't need the grenade upgrade. But one thing I do need is I need to be really fast, because if I'm going to try and put C4 on a tank, I need to get to it as fast as I possibly can. So I usually will run squad sprint, unless somebody else in my squad's already running that. Let me spawn it real quick with this. So I really like the way this gun looks. It's just so beefy. And the iron sights are really open and easy to use. One of the things about the LMGs is movement is a very, very big hindrance to your accuracy. It's very, very inaccurate while you're moving, versus if you do short bursts while you're standing still, it's going to be a lot more accurate. Alright, let me suicide and pull out the last kit. Now, this last kit is actually probably my favorite gun in the game. Just because I like to mess around with it so much in like TDM, and that's the recon kit with the M40. Now, the reason why I like the let me pull up the rest of the sniper rifles real fast here. The reason I like the M40 so much versus like the M98B, which is popular, L96 is also pretty popular. SV98's somewhat popular, but the L96 and the M98B are the two most popular ones when it comes to competitive play. And the reason for that is they have a really, really fast bullet speed. So they hit your target faster, meaning that you don't have to lead them as much, and you also don't have to compensate for bullet drop as much. M98B is the fastest one. L96 is a little bit slower. SV98 is a little bit slower than the L96. And M40 is the slowest. As far as the bullet actions go, obviously you've got the SKS, these other ones that are semi-auto, and those are good choices as well. But I like to stick to the bolt actions and just go for the head. But the reason I like the M40 is kind of weird. It's basically because when I first got the game, I didn't know anything about the stats. I didn't know anything about the bullet speeds or anything like that. And I only used the M40 when I unlocked it. It was just like the only sniper rifle I used. I don't know why. I guess I just liked the way it looked and the handled and stuff like that. And I got so used to the bullet drop and the bullet speed that when I try to use a different sniper rifle, I can do okay, but I always will make a mistake and I'll aim too high above their head or I'll aim too far in front of them because I'm trying to compensate for bullet drop and bullet speed. So I don't know if I had to say which one was the best. Once again, this isn't the best weapon. This is my favorite. I'd probably say the L96 is probably the best one, just because it still has a 10-round magazine, still has the fast fire rate of the M40 and the SV98, whereas the M90, or sorry, not the M90, the SV98, whereas the M98 has a very slow fire rate. But yeah, my favorite is the M40A5. Once again with the Magnum. Sometimes I'll also run the where is it? The M1911 with this kit, just because this gun and the M1911 feel like they fit so well together. I don't know why. And having something like a sniper rifle, if I get a chest shot, it's a lot easier to pull out this gun and spray a little bit versus trying to hit him with a Magnum when I don't actually need the damage that the Magnum offers. I usually just need, like, I don't know, a couple points of damage that I can hit him with my pistol. And the M1911 is kind of a good in between something like the M9 or the MP443, which have a really high magazine and a really high rate of fire, but don't do as much damage, and the Magnums, which do a lot more damage, slower fire rate, and smaller magazines. So this is kind of in between with medium damage, medium fire rate, and medium magazine size. And then once again the M40. You can see how, I don't know, it feels like the M40 ADS is faster. Or maybe it's more, it probably isn't, it's probably just what I'm used to. But yeah, this is definitely the one I'll always run with. And I don't like to use the, I see a lot of people using the laser sights because it allows you to get better hip fire accuracy. So if you're up at close range and you have your sniper out, you can try, get a little bit more accuracy with trying to get a headshot, because obviously it's not going to be a one-hit kill anywhere else. At least not yet. Hopefully the patch is supposedly going to fix that and allow you to get one-hit body shots up close. But I don't like having the laser just because it throws my aim off, because I've got this big red dot in the middle of my screen, whereas this is so much more accurate with this little T or plus in the middle. But yeah, anyway, that's basically all I wanted to show you guys in this video. Hopefully it will help you guys out a little bit. Maybe you guys can try out some of these kits and see if you like them yourself. And once again, feel free to leave a comment with your favorite kit setups. If you guys have any suggestions for setups that you want me to try out, feel free to leave a comment as well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a rating or favorites, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.